Rush reveals things about a certain type of player that the rest of FC politely covers up. Not because the mode is clever, it isn't, but because the lack of time and space removes the illusion that these people might actually know what they're doing. In Rivals or Champs, they have room to pretend. They hold the ball, they slow the game down, they behave as if they might be analysing space. There's enough freedom to create the illusion of intelligence. Rush takes that performance away. You give people half a pitch and a 5-minute timer, and the thinking disappears. The promise of ideas is replaced by the inevitability of instinct. And it doesn't take long. You can usually spot it within a couple of seconds. A player gets the ball, considers weighing up the options, then sprints straight forward because thinking under pressure is hard. That's the thing about Rush. It doesn't make people stupid, it just strips away the space where they normally hide it. And from EA's point of view, that's perfect, because Rush is a data miner and player profiler's dream. You can't hide habits in here. You can't fake composure. You can't disguise patterns. It's easy to recognise the types. There's the frustrated, usually immature ones who spam tackle like a pensioner trying to work a touchscreen. And then you meet the older, more world-weary ones who clearly don't want to be there at all, the type who are only in Rush because there's an 84x3 pack at the end of it. They know the pain won't last forever, so they're just trying to get it over with. Most Rush players sit somewhere between those two extremes, chaos and resignation, and that's when you realise the mode isn't remotely about football. It's a behavioural case study with matchmaking. From a psychological point of view, Rush is the clearest demonstration of what happens when you compress a player's world into a tiny box and remove the freedom they rely on to pretend they're in control. Decision-making collapses, patience evaporates, tendencies take over. And they're rarely the good kind. Most Rush goals aren't created. They're accidents that happen when two opposing players lose control at the same time. One bad decision meets another, and the player who fails least takes all the plaudits. And EA love this, not because Rush is good football, it isn't, but because it tells them exactly who you are when you're rushed, stressed, and completely fed up. They learn more about your real habits in one Rush session than in 10 Division Rivals games where you had time to perform competence. And the truth every FC player knows is simple. Nobody plays Rush because they want to. EA attach something desirable behind the objectives, knowing full well that the masses will dutifully march into the misery factory. Forced work produces forced behaviour. People cut corners, they rush decisions, they panic sooner, and they soon stop playing football altogether. That's why Rush feels different. It's what happens when you take a group of adults, remove space, add pressure, and reward urgency over thought. They revert. Whatever flaw they normally hide appears immediately. EA can see everything they need to know about someone in one Rush match. Who tilts, who chases, and who repeatedly tries the same idea because changing it would involve admitting it's never worked. And they also see the ones who understand Rush properly. They don't chase, they don't panic, they let the chaos play out because they know it always does. And they wait for the inevitable moment of lunacy that always comes. From EA's perspective then, the genius of Rush is that it strips their data targets naked and removes any trace of makeup. They see their player base exactly as it is. Remove time, space and consequence, and this is what you get. It isn't broken, it's honest. Far too honest. If you enjoyed the video, you can support the channel by leaving a like. And don't miss our next episode, we're looking at something bigger. How EA have set psychological and behavioural traps to leave behind an emotional cost even when you're not playing FC. Thanks for watching.